folks, we're back after a week off. Ascot just round the corner, loads to get through. So we'll crack on straight away. Let's have a look at the Queen Anne Stakes, 2:30 to 1 miler. We've got entries for Rhododendron, 5 to 2. Bentbatl at 5 to 1. Lightning Spear 7 to 1. Lancaster Bomber at 8 to 1. Obviously Rhododendron, fourth behind Cracksman a little while ago. But good final at Newbury to beat Lightning Spear. Lancaster Bomber, which I think we all saw what happened the other day at the Curragh, which was a very good run from him. One you like, Bentbatl, been doing very well over at Maydown. Beat Lancaster Bomber last time out.
Did indeed.
And then really in that race you obviously got a few more to mention, but I suppose the two big names, Adib and that Limato, which you've backed before in the past, I believe, Neil. Yeah, you know, but
money on that.
Long way beyond Rhododendron at Newbury.
Yes. Yeah, it was a poor showing on that one, but you
I
know you're fancying this.
I did say so. Lamato's very quickly become my flat race like version of the new one that I just can't seem to get away from. But on this occasion, I think I will.
And we'll get the ground though, but
we'll
16's a nice each way. But we'll.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to when you've got Rhododendron at the top of the market. Obviously won the lock-ins last month.
Yeah.
By a very short distance over Lightning Spear, but of course Lightning Spear wasn't sort of very well fancied on the day. Rhododendron will be £3 better off again. As she always is, but I'm going to stick with Lancaster Bomber after last time out. Won the Gold Cup over in the Curragh, as you mentioned just then. This horse gets a lead, very difficult to reel back in.
I was very impressed.
As we said in previous shows, very much used as a make weight for other horses for sort of the Ballydoyle battalion over the last sort of few years. But
maybe it's time,
Yeah, now got his nose in front. I think. Aidan O'Brien's got to have a serious look at that and think, well,
he's no fool.
Maybe everyone else
has
has had their go, but 10 to 1, say be there on the day. I'll have a score at that, and if that comes in, it'll make the day for the
yes,
rest
absolutely,
so,
yeah.
Bentbatl for me, like you mentioned, is a horse that I have kind of like yourself now. Colours to the master a good couple of times. It's just a horse I do favour.
As I say, been in very good form.
Very good form. A lot of the Godolphin ones are always in good form over in Maydown. We all know that when we see like the Maydown Cup and stuff like that. They run very well. But Bentbatl is a very consistent sort. 3 out of the last 4 wins and a second in the other one, which form itself is brilliant. Like you say, just edged Lancaster Bomber last time. Again, a horse that is used or was used. As sort of like the pace setter, but now come to the forefront a little bit more. So it obviously shows what Bentbatl was capable of.
Yeah.
If you're reading into form, with what Lancaster Bomber beat in Defoe and Cliffs and Mower, so it says a lot for Bentbatl. And 5 to 1, I think, taking on Rhododendron, who's a very good horse. I just think, personally, Bentbatl will get ground.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm inclined to take on Rhododendron after last time out. So I mean, the lock-ins is obviously a big race to win, but it was only just. So she does get the £3 as well, which could make a difference. But they're all going to get the ground they want on this occasion. But yeah, Bentbatl actually beat a horse called Emotionless, who we thought was going to be the next best thing last year. But so Lancaster Bomber for me, Bentbatl for you.
Yeah, I think it's Lancaster Bomber for me as well. I say I'm just very impressed by that run, and like you say, maybe it's time to shine sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Okay, well that gives you our sort of predictions for that one then. We'll look at the King Stand Stakes next, 340 to 5 furlong.
Loving this.
I think everybody knows who's in this race. We're obviously starting off with Battash 9 to 4, Lady Aurelia at 7 to 2, Blue Point 8 to 1, Catchy 8 to 1, and 9 to 1 Merchant Navy. Obviously we know Battash had a win survey back in 2017. Returned to winning ways recently, beating Catchy and Mabs Cross. Not by a great deal though.
No.
Lady Aurelia obviously second recently in Keeneland over in the States, but obviously don't see as much of her as we do the others.
No, there isn't you won't.
Obviously been over here before and that, and
she's
and
bloody
done
good
well.
at Ascot, to be fair to you.
And then Blue Point, some good form, but probably not really up to the category of those two. And then maybe Catchy, but as I say, some good form last year and started to well this year, okay. But I think we'd all probably agree that being behind Battash as well at Haydock, I just think probably the two are just a cut above the rest, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do what I do every year, and Lady Aurelia for me is my godsend. I think Battash has got the pace and he's very, very fast. But if Frankie, obviously last year, Frankie pulled out on the day, on the first day of Ascot, wasn't it, through injury. And Lady Aurelia was 2-1. And then drifted massively. All of a sudden, Frankie wasn't on it and went to 4-1. And I stuck with it because it was the best horse in the race. And he just went away. And with Frankie on board again, obviously injury, touchwood free.
Yeah.
7-2. I will be sticking with it. To be honest. So Wesley Ward. I mean, if it bursts out the gate first, 9 times out of 10 it gets there first.
Yeah, won at Ascot the year before that race, and I've never in flat racing. I don't think I've ever seen a performance quite like that. Literally went off 10 lengths and just did not get reeled in. If anything, went further away. Last year she was equally as good, as you say, at 4-1. Got massively drifted out. She won this last year. It's the same race, absolutely comfortably. Battash over 5 furlong is an absolute machine. Let's not put any punches. Phenomenal at that. Won the Temple at Haydock last month, albeit it was a much weaker race. Yeah, much weaker race. But beat likes of Muffmere, who won at Haydock at the weekend.
He did, yeah. Good run at the weekend, yeah.
Exactly, and Muffmere was back in 5th that day. So this is tells you the sort of pace that this horse has got. Don't get me wrong, unless something drastic happens, it's going to be a 2-horse race. I think I will decide on the day. I may slightly swing to Battash purely because of the distance. I just think over this trip. Slightly better horse, but I mean, Lady Aurelia, it's just something.
I suppose you could argue maybe Battash has had a
recent run.
Yeah, a recent run, a more competitive sort of recent bit of form, Also, not to say Lady Aurelia won't turn up and do what she does, but I think, you could possibly. I could see how you could sit right on the fence on that one.
Momentum is key, isn't it, going into Ascot, like you say, and like you say, Lady Aurelia's last run was a while ago. It was a second. I don't think really didn't disgrace much in that race. It was just 2 on the day.
Will did delay bring her over for a week, didn't he, to get not a race, but just a run out basically, and they just run the track, I believe. I read somewhere that he knows him very well at Kingland and had a chat with him, and they said just come down and take her for a spin basically, looking at that, didn't look at anything wrong with her whatsoever.
No, I mean she was second to Marsha. I remember that day because it did make me laugh. Frankie celebrated like he obviously thought he won the race and he hadn't. There wasn't an awful lot in it. But again, that's just one of the reasons why that man winds me up. But anyway, second to Marsha that day has obviously gone on to do some fairly decent things. So she's that was I suppose her most competitive run.
Well, that Muffmere has actually got an entry at the moment, but we know this obviously things can always change. But sort of 20-1 is probably a bit too far though, isn't it? Really?
I mean, for me, Lady Aurelia.
Yeah, I mean over 5 furlong, I'll stick with. I'll decide on the day, but it'll probably be Battash.
I think I would, just given the recent run, I think maybe same as you knew. I think I just edged toward Battash at the moment. Just given, like I said, the recent run.
But let us know.
Yeah. Again, I mean, always get involved in all let us know. So that's 2 for Battash, 1 for Lady Aurelia in that race then. Next after that to look at is the St James Palace Stakes, the 1 miler. We got Saxon Warrior 2-1, Without Parole 5-2, Tip to Win 5-1, US Navy Flag. We don't know quite. No. It's got quite a few entries if we're honest. 6-1, and Glint in there as well at 8-1. Obviously, we all know what Saxon Warrior has done. Looked an absolute monster.
Next, and then comes Nemo to Games Garfield. Raja Singh is in behind those. They're heading down now inside the closing stages. Ella Kam has come to join Murillo. Massar 3 from the right. Roaring Lion on the right, coming into it strongly. And now Saxon Warrior down the centre, coming with a big challenge as well. Roaring Lion is nearest to us to Saxon Warrior down the centre. Massar behind those. Tip to Win is staying on in the closing stages. Heading up towards the line now, it's Saxon Warrior in front from Roaring Lion. Tip to Win, Massar behind him, but Saxon Warrior has won by a length and a half with Donico Brown to Tip to Win, Massar, Elakam and Roaring Lion.
I'd argue that this is without discrediting who's in it. It's not, I think, if obviously Saxon Warrior runs, we're going on what his entry is his favourite for this race at the moment, which would lean you towards them going there. I'd say this is a less competitive field in some respects. A lot of horses with not as much. Obviously, without parole, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I mean,
out of Frankel.
Yeah,
but Saxon Warrior has been mixing with a lot of decent horses.
Yeah,
better than what is here. These are
yeah.
See,
You don't think you can argue that.
Yeah,
he's been battling out with the other big boys, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I
if he runs in this, then I think he's got it sewn up.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't think, it's just an opinion, I don't think he's going to run in this. I think without parole, we'll probably go off 5-2, 9-4 favourite, which is fair enough. One, 3 out of 3, but. We watched in Sandown, the evening meet that was on ITV a few Thursdays ago. I think it went off 4-6 favourite. Didn't win like a 4-6 favourite. Gutsy, ground it out. Reeled in horse called Gabar at the end. One of Sir Michael Stout's horses, but didn't win it like a 4-6 shot. Whether that was just a one-off, you can only beat what's in front of you. But,
it certainly wasn't blistering by any means, was it?
No, but again, I'm not convinced Saxon Warrior will run in this, but. Given the run last time out, I would probably take it on. With what I'm not.
I was going to say, if he doesn't go, somebody else got a squeak of a chance. If he doesn't go,
I think, like you said, I'd take it on without parole anyway. Just not off the back of his last one, because I think there were a lot of very good horses in front of it, and he is still a very good. It's still a very good horse in that respect. I just think on flat racing, I prefer to take on the favourites, especially if he runs. He'll probably go off very short. So yeah, for me, without parole.
Yeah, I would probably have a look at the value. I'd probably have a look at Wootton at 10-1. It's a big step up. Won a Group 3 over in France not last time, but last time he won. So it is a big step up. But again, just at the prices, I would probably look to take it on with something around the 10s and.
Key Victory, Charlie Appleby there, 12s.
Yeah, there's a few in there for sort of Godolphin. Again, it's all conjecture at the moment. Things will change, but as I say, I mean, if Saxon Warrior runs, then you're lucky to get a price. So if it gets entered, don't wait till the day. I'd probably back it online and handy post before it goes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. As you say. If it's a case of Saxon Warrior not going, then obviously you've got to really look at without parole next, really.
Got very short, hasn't it? But
I think the others, you give them an outside chance, and without parole might actually put in that performance that we all expected last time out, and might win it convincingly this time round.
Yeah, I mean the price is being heavily backed, which tells me that that's the race that without parole is going to be in.
Yeah,
if that's being heavily backed. It also tells me that Saxon Warrior might not be. But that's again, who knows.
Well, so I think we're pretty much agreed there, then, really, aren't we? Yeah, it's probably going to be without paroles there.
Yes, depending on runners and riders. Yeah,
I will take it on, but we'll see.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll move on then to day 2, the 20th. We'll start with the Queens Vase, 1 mile 6. Some France, I've got to admit, I don't know a lot about, but unbeaten over in Ireland over the mile, I've noticed. DXB, who had a very good run, unexpectedly, a lot of people would say, beating, Roaring Lion, Saxon Warrior, and Young Rascal. You've got Kew Gardens, which, he's a reasonable sort, but I just don't think he's, I've put down here, maybe he's got a chance with these with this group of horses, but he's certainly not an O'Brien A-game A-team horse, is he? He's not in the A class for him, unfortunately. Then you've got Mark Johnson again with Mildenberg, which, again, useful sort, I think. You know what I mean? 7 runs, never been out the top 4 so far.
Consistent, so.
And then possibly another entry at Delano Roosevelt as well, which again, I would sort of put in that same sort of category as Kew Gardner's. Just a good horse, reliable sort of horse, but just not that A class.
I mean, it's very much between O'Brien and Johnson out of the top 5, they own all 5 of the
exactly.
The betting, so you can see. But then again, it is that, and I've mentioned it before on a couple of shows before, that distance that Mark Johnson is very good at. Yeah. The more you'll see a couple of his 5-6 furlong runners, but never really seem to flourish in that sort of field. The more 1 mile 2, 1 mile 4 to 2 mile, he's very good at.
Yeah, I mean, in truth, I don't think DXB is actually going to run in that race again. There's lots of chops and changes.
Yeah,
so
of course,
again,
yeah.
we're giving you all of the.
Yeah, well, just the way it is right now, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you say DXB was second in the Derby over whatever that was, mile 1, mile 2, whatever it may have been. But you know, to step up to then 2 after finishing second in that race, I just think would be daft. I think you'll probably see DXB on Thursday or Friday. I would probably, having a look at it, probably side with Sean at Mildenberger at 10s. I can see that, you know, sort of coming in quite a bit. Was second behind Roaring Lion at York when Roaring Lion burst back on the scene after a bad run in the trial, and won a race before that at Newmarket. So and beat Kew Gardens, who was terrible at Lingfield that we saw. So yeah, at that price it would probably be, and at that distance, stick with March Johnson.
100%. Yeah, like you say, Mildenberger for me, very consistent type.
It's not often we agree.
No,
well, you know, when I backed him last time out, you know what I mean, and I would have gone for DXB if you're right in what you're saying, you know what I mean, and he's not going to be there.
I just don't think he'll step up to 2 mile. There's no need.
No, I suppose not. No. So I suppose for myself personally, looking beyond that, then yeah, probably Mildenberg after that. I mean, so I had a look, obviously, you know, the form and stuff. As I say, Southern France, I don't really know enough about.
No, personally, like you say, it's, on that basis, I wouldn't back a horse if I don't know enough about it. You know, if I haven't done, I'll have a look about it. I'll watch a couple of his races, but from what I've seen and what I trust in that respect, Kew Gardens, I don't.
No.
In any sort of way at the moment, I
would have had to have won at Lingfield.
100% in a very mediocre sort of race, wasn't it? So yeah, Mildenberger for me, I think is very consistent time. It's some very good races.
Old Persian was a name thrown at me a couple of days ago by someone.
Applebee's.
Applebee's also.
Yeah, 14-1.
Well, there you go.
1-1.
It's worth an each way then. I mean, if you're watching this,
there you go. You heard it here first.
Old Persian. That man there.
From him, not us.
Him.
No, not me. An acquaintance.
We only tip big races.
But yeah, so Mildenberger for me.
Yeah, well, I think we've pretty much agreed on that again. So it's a
full house.
Yeah, full house there for them. So we'll move on then to the Duke of Cambridge Stakes, the 1 mile. Probably not the biggest of sort of races, you know what I mean? But you've got Hydrangea in there, favourite at the moment, 7-2. Al Jazzy at 4-1. Tommy Riss at 5-1, which I picked out at Lingfield. Wilhelmina at 5-1.
That's the one.
Rhododendron's in there, but
not happening.
Again, probably not going to happen. Yeah, you know, I mean, they've all got a little bit to say about them. None of them are, you know, sort of in the upper atmosphere, let's say, of horse racing, but I think they've all got a shout really in that one, and it's quite open, I'd say.
That was the Tory jumped on for Martin Mead at York, Epsom last time out, won the Princess Elizabeth quite comfortably actually. There was a horse then that I actually backed another horse, which was Roger Varian's. I just thought Ryan Moore riding for Roger Varian, which was shenanigans, but
he's got an entry as well.
But Wilhelmina sort of won that fairly comfortably. If anything, he's down, but I was laughing watching that on the day because Mick Fitzgerald shouting to Frankie, I've tipped this one for today, don't let me down, and he goes in and bolts up. But if the horse runs in that race, 7-1 looks like a decent bet. Promising run as well for the Godolphin team, back on this sort of ground.
Inconsistent type in some respects.
You know, ran over in Maydown. It was way behind Bentbatl that day, but back on this surface as well. Could see a little bit more from it, but probably
again for the placings, 12-1. You'd have that all down.
I think so.
I mean, that's a nice each way price.
Yeah, again, you'll have Hydrangea at 4s purely because who's it for and who's going to be riding it. But again, we'll probably need to show a little bit more. But probably Wilhelmina for me.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Wilhelmina for me as well. You can stick with your.
I'm going to stick with Tommy Riss. Just you know, got to be done well for me at Lingfield. So why not? I think it's one of them. Like you say, you can look at the odds. There's not a massive swing from one end to the other, really. When you look at, you know, even the outsiders that we kind of listed down here, you know, you still only got 12s and 14s. So, you know, let's be honest, they're not a million miles away from 6 and 5s, are they? You know what I mean? So, I'll stick with Tommy Riss, and you know, he finished strongly. You know what I mean? He beat the favourite that day, so you know, why can't he do it again? You know, decent yard again, isn't it? Roger Varian and that. So, yeah,
we'll see. Wilhelmina here, we're agreeing again. This has got to stop.
I don't like it. It's really uncomfortable.
the clouds are starting to come over dark. So, okay, then we'll move on, the lads. Prince of Wales stake next, then.
Oh, I think we'll all agree on that.
We might agree again. 1 mark 2. Yeah, you know, Cracksman obviously favourite. Poet's Word 4-1. Bentbatl, but probably we don't know. Rhododendron again, probably not.
Yeah.
And then sort of Crystal Ocean 9-1 after that. But
Hawkbill 10-1 if we're
yeah,
honest.
Hawkbill's in there. Bit disappointed last time out, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
But,
I can't. Again, I like Hawkbill, but I can't be having that
Yeah.
after what I saw last time out.
But can we look past Cracksman, really?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think last time, a lot of people will say, you know, well, you can argue it was either a bit of luck or just fantastically timed by the Tory. Because he won it just. I mean, that's a perfect. It doesn't matter.
Well, he won it. End of the day, he won it. It's in the record book, isn't it?
If you win it by a nose, you've timed that race to absolute perfection, to almost the stride. Okay, a luck has to do with it. I don't think he'll make that same mistake again by letting them go off too far.
No, I agree.
I think he'll sit in close, and then when needs be Cracksman, everybody knows we've got it in.
Maybe he was just a bit surprised. Maybe he was a bit surprised by, is it Sulen or Sulen?
Yeah,
Sulen or whatever.
And then look what happened when he had to catch after him. He did.
But he did, exactly. When he needed to, he was there. And
you're talking about a much different track now at Ascot compared to Epsom. Epsom's sort of like, you like running through the forest, don't you? You get out into sort of clear daylight, it's sort of weaving here and there, never. But yeah, I mean, he did have to work for it. What worried me was how much Frankie was working from sort of 6-7 furlongs out. But when you've got a horse like that, just does not stop.
My feeling would be maybe he was just caught by surprise a little bit.
Possibly.
Maybe he just thought he had it a little bit more in the bag than he really did. D'Souza went very well, and Frankie got to that point where he went, "Oh crikey, I've got to go now."
Yeah, but like you said, in the record books, all it will say is a win.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I say, D'Souza's given him a problem that he's probably not had before, but he's dealt with it. He's got up. I don't think, as you said, I don't think Frankie will make that mistake again.
No.
And,
Sitting tighter.
I think this will be more of by how many lengths than anything else. I mean, I think Poet's Word will put up a run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his debrief with the connections would have been a little sheepish one.
Don't
like,
do that again.
Yeah, don't do that again. Yeah, and I think he would have been like, no one knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
Sort of under his breath type thing, you know.
But no, definitely on that one. I think we can all agree and safely assume that
3 across the board there.
Cracksman will another full house.
Cracksman it is then.
And it's still backable as well.
Evens,
evens.
So if you if you do fancy it, if you've got a 1 at stick on it, it's 2 bottles of champagne for the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.